na 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 na. Okay, let's see what this dollar story. So, for the 16th. Disclaimer 420. Da-na-na-na. Crazy! What's up, crazy spanner? Where to, I don't know exactly what tune I have in my head. Loans to drive. What's up, Annie? That's an interesting way to spell Annie. It was like Annie. That's Annie. Good morning, Colorado chick. Andrew Gilly, top of this fine ADU. What's up, Mason? Da-na-na-na. Where to... Oh, a verified person liked my post. Ooh. Yay! People be retweeting me. Just wait until I get verified. Sup, Wayne? Sup, EA? Andrew, thank you so much for likes. Colorado chick, I know you're good. You're contenter. You're contentious, hey, Colorado chick. So you're more content than you've been in a while. Things are actually, even though it seems kind of Twilight Zone and chaotic, not chaotic, things are actually making sense for you. Like it feels like there's a cloud clearing. And more so, it's increasing. A lot of people are going through that. Da-na-na-na. 6. And it's funny, it's like you wouldn't think that if you'd looked at all the external evidence, but the internal topography is actually getting, it doesn't fail the balance test. It passes the balance test. We stay more evenly keeled. Basically, the illusion gets its way with us less. Has its way with us less. Da-na-na-na. Clark, thank you so much. And Mason. Peyton. Thanks, Colorado chick. Grade 12, see noise. Sorry I'm not putting this off sub-chat. I'm just never doing that again. Danka. I've learned my lesson too many times. The Preacher. Hi, The Preacher. Tell us about it. Da-na-na-na. Suzanne. Suzanne takes her down by the... Who's that? Leonard Cohen. He sings a Suzanne song. And she wants to show you her Pokemon collection. She only has 3 cards. It's kind of fucking boring. But you wanna date her sister. So you go home to her Pokemon collection. Damn it, Chris. What's his name again? Christopherson. What? No, I forgot the guy's name is already. Anyway, shut up, it's boring. I don't listen about fucking Pokemon cards. She doesn't have a Charizard or even a card with mentioning, but she's got one of those file folders and she puts her 3 cards in it. She seems pretty impressed. Okay, stop now. Out in the street, we're tripping balls. Clark, thank you so very much. If I click on Clark's likes, do I accidentally invite him? No, good. Okay, Clark follows me. God first, let's go. What sport is that? I'll never know. It's a sport. Clark's got a sports picture there. I'm going to go with basketball. It's not, it's lacrosse. I know, basketball makes me angry as well. Fucking annoying round ball going in the hoop. No, lacrosse is a sport. I know. All sports make me cross. Like French crazy, angry. Lacrosse. You make me mad. You don't want to see me look mad. I'll pass the ball. It's quite cool. If you're trilingual and everyone's trilingual and you're talking to trilingual people, you can use the homonyms and the semaphores to, change language. Jump borders. Stop Clark. It's funny how you never hear when Superman's around. Suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Thank you so much for the gift. Who was that? He's beautiful. That's a great picture. Good morning, Amy. Thank you so much for arriving. I was having a jibber jabber with myself. For how long? 5 minutes. It's Val. Oh, rad. Cool name, Val. A Valkyrie, even better. That's so cool. That'd be so... Now, what's is a Valkyrie? A Valkyrie is like a ladybird flying creature, right? Well, I'm thinking of a harpy. Harpy, Valkyrie. Valkyrie's more like a female warrior, wouldn't it be? Let's look it up quickly. I was thinking it'd be funny because my mom, the lady that raised me, she's my aunt genetically she's my aunt, but she's my mom. She raised me from like 4.5. Her name was Valerie. It'd be cool if she was like a Valkyrie, more like a harpy. I'm thinking more would be cool if she was a harpy, and that's how she fetched me from school. I stand outside, she comes swooping down and grabs me, drops me in the garden. Thanks, Mom. See you later. But she wasn't. She was a Valkyrie, which isn't a harpy. Karen, good morning. Thank you for noticing. That's actually so funny, Karen. The same lady I'm talking about now, I made a point once. I said to her, I was young, 9, and I said, "Do you get a haircut?" Because her hair changed. And it wasn't like, yes, I did, matter of fact. It was like, yes. I was the first person to notice. And then from then, whenever I notice any human gets a haircut, I'm like, did you do something to your hair? You say, do you do something to your hair? It makes them feel really nice. So that's how I learned to do that, from accidentally doing it. And I was talking about her right now, and then you rocked up and complimented my hair. It's a full moment. We're having a full moment. It's a full. An Ouroboros moment that's good. Like it comes full circle. That same thing. But Ouroboros kind of nods to not a good thing. Like a snake eating its own tail. Or that snake on Reddit, you guys see it? The one was strangling itself. There's definitely some enemy in my presence. How do you know? It's strangling me! I'm going to fucking strangle it first. Welcome to humanity. No. It was like that. Literally. Your own aggression is what you were fighting. No, it wasn't. It was a fucking them. Who? Deep state? No, it's they. Conspiracy. No. Oh, anything but your karma. Okay. Yeah, but I didn't deserve this. I never hurt anybody. You just hurt yourself by not discovering yourself as divine. Literally, your default punishment for not ascending out of this plane is a combination of joy and sadness. And how you spin that could be bad karma, or you could spin the same thing as good karma. Okay, let's sum that up one more time. So, what did I say other than that? Karma, Kraval, full circles, Ouroboroses, alchemy, I don't know. Thank you so much, Valkyrie, for the friendship necklace. Appreciate it. Raz, sup, dude? So you've been popping up a lot, interestingly. I think you go live, Raz, and you into demystifying. That's actually what it is. Demystifying conspiracy theories. A conspiracy theory is a mystical. Is not letting you comment. Why would Amy? It's like TikTok. Hello. It's like if you're gonna block anyone from, I suppose it'll block other people, but the subscribers, it should make it super easy. And then that one as well. And then if you say again, I wonder if the one that I want to go through will go through. That'll come through, and then you'll say, Garth, the anti-life equation is 4496, and then that won't come true. But dang it, I need the information, the important stuff. It's always like, it does with crystal every time. I think it's a balance test to see if you get angry. And I think getting angry grounds you. Or it knocks all your gold rings all over the place. So it's either a sonic event when you get upset, or I was thinking yesterday about grounding. Sometimes if we get too airy-fairy and we try to be too nice too consistently, a form of ungrounding can happen. And again, just get angry. Get pissed off. Blame the world. Or shower in the dark. No, only savages do that. That also, I read it. It said Satan and psycho murderers. Like those two little characters. And then the big characters, like people who shower in the dark. Oh, showers in the dark. I was just thinking of that laugh. I was just commenting on your haircut. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Valkyrie in the World of Warcraft. That's so cool. Were they a Valkyrie? Or would they name themselves Valkyrie? It's creepy, Eckhart. I like we don't have a bath. It's really sad. We have a 2-bedroom flat and it doesn't have a bath. I love bathing. I love bathing in the dark, facing down with a snorkel. Just sit there in the dark, floating. Like before my mother and dad decided. That's so gross. I was going to say, before mom and dad decided to climb on top of each other and drag me out of bliss into this plane of existence. Fuck you, mom and dad. God, what happened? They climbed on top of each other and made a magic. How? I don't know. I still can't figure it out. I watched it. I got scared and then I don't know what they got up to. Some magic ritual. I don't know. He climbed on her and then she climbed on him. And then they did like a impression of a ceiling fan and a whole bunch of other weird acrobatics that I don't want to discuss. And then, ta-da! 9 months later, I was like, oh God, not here again. Is this Earth? Smell it's Earth. Tell Bruce Lee I'm gonna kick him in his tummy when I see him. It's 1978. Bruce Lee's dead. What? Fuck! I was supposed to incarnate in 71. I wouldn't have grown up in time to meet Bruce Lee. Never mind. My little fantasy chit talk ran out of facts. Valkyrie, thank you so much. Clark, thank you so much, guys, for these likes, eh? There's going to be a big boost of people arriving shortly. Going, who does this guy think he is? Putting it on sub chat. Dance with the cat. That dances with the cat. That's classic. I'm sure it exists, eh? Where they rip off Dances with the Wolves and he sees a cat on the horizon. And then you get... Cat goes, meow. Oh, fuck, what's that? My kitty cat. Said, I pick you up. I stroke you. I don't like that. Meow. Come here. No. You pick me up. No, I don't pick you up. You're going to stroke me. Yeah, but not until you talk like that. I'm scared. I'll make a deal. You pick me up, stroke me. I'll pick you up and stroke you. Okay. The end. That's Dances with the Wolves. Kevin Costner. Fucking lovely actor. I loved him in Bon Jovi, the movie. Kevin Costner and Bon Jovi are the same person. Marilyn Manson and Cher are the same person. Michael Jackson and LaToya Jackson, same person. Barack Obama and my friend Clint Crouster, same person. A lot of same people. Otherwise... So you see, yesterday I filmed videos. 2 of them is particularly go back to my old school kinds of content, the face stuff. It gets views and such. But from the beginning of this year, especially, TikTok doesn't let videos viral like it used to. You pay. It's all about advertising. Okay, it was like it gave you 4 years. If TikTok had a good algorithm, it got a big broad of people. It serviced a lot of people to get video views, so a lot of people thought that this was a legit thing. And now that they're all locked in, TikTok shifting the model. Very clever. I'd probably do the same thing. I am doing the same thing within my own universal constitution. All things are mimicking me. If you look at it properly, all things are mimicking you. And so a lot of times we'll go, I don't want this happening in this particular metaphor, but if you knew how it was in your bigger metaphor, that it was going away and that this bigger thing was eclipsing, you'd be stoked. Mason, thank you so much. What it is. Clark, thank you so much. Bella, good morning. Thanks for sharing, Andrew. Appreciate that as well. Sure, you guys are just like, sup, Stefan? Good morning, Bella. Hi. I was just going back to see if Amy said anything. I have some stuff coming up. I'm feeling very imbalanced. No. This is not going to dissipate. Do you ever do things by yourself, Amy? You know what I mean? Do you ever like go watch a movie by yourself or go for a walk by yourself? Can you? Do you have time to do it? I trap at folding laundry too. You're folding universal consciousness, Karen. Literally, what you do there is you can do a mindful meditation. So your chores, I do that. So if I'm washing dishes, the state of my kitchen is the state of the world, and it's when I start. It does have a knock-on effect. You can see when you basically astral travel, you can go to the subtle levels and you realize that the littlest things you do literally send out waves of energy that affects everything. When Jesus said, that what you do to the least of me, you do unto the greatest of me, that's God talking to itself, explaining its own quantum nature. In your silence, there's actually so much potency, in your subtlety, in your subtle intent. Ella, thank you so much for that. What country is that? I said it yesterday. It's a something finger heart. It's another country's finger heart. I can't allow myself to smile for 17 seconds and still forget. So Amy, this is different. This is why I'm giving you totally different advice. So a 17 second thing is always good, cool. But right now I can feel there's a knotty energy here. And you'd be better off smoothing it in yourself before you actually have the experience. Otherwise you will be off balance. Your very psychological constitution and the event are inversed. It's almost like it's supposed to shatter, or you're supposed to work it out first. And I would just say there's no advice I can give you to do that, other than mixing up your pattern and say go do something by yourself. Whether it's a walk by the thing, you don't tend to be you're alone in a home basically, but you don't take yourself anywhere if I'm not mistaken. Is there a park? Something that you would do? No, not. I didn't say that. No. So basically, iron out the energy. Basically, you need a pattern mix. It includes. You know, you do drive. Yeah, you drive. When you drive to say the shop or to fetch your daughter or whatever, just take a different route. I don't. Yeah, I know. Well, not that it matters. It's just right now. It'll be the quickest solution for you. Our world is a mirror of the mind, and we repeat patterns, and then it runs out of solutions because it's facing itself the whole time. And so it's just a shortcut to create a different pattern. Just go be alone, somewhere different that you haven't stood before. Things will occur to you, and then it'll iron out in you. And then the interaction will go different because the word isn't triggered, won't be functioning differently because of what's in you. That energy will resonate them differently, so the thing won't unfold as smoothly as you'd like it to. And if you just do that thing where you go away, you can chill. I see you looking at a tree near a park or a river, and then the shape of the tree puts you at ease. And that ease is the pattern in you just leveling off. It's not, see, if you took everything you've ever experienced and you wrote like a language out of it, sometimes the experiences are metaphorically so similar that the experiences create a blind spot, and therefore a piece is missing because both pieces can't be perceived because one of them eclipses the other. It's the only way I can explain it. It's basically the illusion glitching on itself. And it's like shaking your laundry, like taking a giant blanket and shaking it outside by driving a different pattern or just doing something different that you haven't done before. You create new pathways in the brain, and then it'll give that an alternative way of approaching the topic, which is self. And the other person will also do that differently. And that's all I can say. Beyond that, it's magic. So please, please do. Even if it's just the lazy one, and if you go, okay, that's cool, I don't feel like going somewhere, then the lazy one is just take a different route to the shop. Even if it's the long route around. It makes no sense. Like, no, that's like an extra 10 minutes. Take it. Or if you fetch your daughter, just take a different route. You might, the guides have said if you do that, you might enjoy it, and you'll start taking different routes all the time. And then I must say nothing. They say nothing. If they say the next thing, it won't happen. That's so cool. I mustn't say it. I see this interesting, Amy. I see the interesting with you image of you with these little blue tokens. It's alien realm. It's here, but it's translated like this. And you got these blue tokens, and you've got it's your attention, and you've got say 72 tokens, and then you've got these 8 areas of interest in your life. You are very interested in how the world's doing. You're very interested in alone how your daughter does, separate to anything else. You even got 1 or 2 chips purely in your husband's, purely in him interested. And all of this 8 things overlap because it's just you dealing with yourself. But there's certain intensities of focus on the different subject matter that have different proportions of your energy in them. And you've got this weird little thing that picks up the little tokens and then places them on other areas, and you're moving them around very slowly, like in a higher dimension alien, like a ritual. That's kind of a dance. It's a dance that unknots karma, basically. 8th dimensional being. It looks like, the Dark Crystal, the mystics. So like that creature leaning over, old creature, slow, but actually fast, because it perceives infinite galaxies, worlds coming in and out of existence. It balances all of that. And you think you're fetching your daughter from school. But it's actually the worlds are happening, you know what I mean? And Amy is just your protrusion into this dimension. We're all multidimensional beings. Literally facilitating the universe. Oh, and I did the dishes. It's quite fascinating, actually. And what's going to happen is that thing, if you go for the different drive, or if you go and be alone, just do something by yourself, just anything by yourself. Even if just you almost like you take yourself for tea. You go have some carrot cake by yourself somewhere. Like you treat yourself. Like be in your presence. By doing that, you're going to find you've got more tokens that don't need to be sitting in places. So you're going to feel just, it'll translate as balanced, but it'll actually be clear. The word's clear. Your back and forth with yourself will be at ease. And all these words I just said that they came from you. You got what I'm trying to say before I'm saying it now. There, see? That's what before I was saying it, you were getting it. That was a form. If we were in each other's presence, that extra talk would have been not mansplaining, but it would have just been for myself to hear it. But you know that, yeah. That was a polite way of saying that. That makes sense. And Amy, from my perspective, you bring me my perfection as if you got a problem, which you're perfect, and then I go da 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 da, and then you go, I feel better now, and I feel like God's patronizing me in the form of you, but it's really just not patronizing. My divine feminine is showing me how perfect I am, and I'm just telling it that I know by telling you whatever I'm telling you. Sure, that's great. It guided me through the last part. That's so good. The last sentence I said of my understanding, I got, and then it went, and then it said the last little 20% for me. It's like, this is what I'm doing with you, Garth. Can I say it? Because that's how it feels. Me feeling like that is how it feels sometimes when I'm talking to others. Oh, because I'm answering the thing I would most want to hear if I was in the exact same energetic situation, which I am ultimately. Love you. Love you all so much. Don't go changing. Bella, I missed you. That's so good, Bella. Right now, as I breathe in and out, you were my thought. It's cool that your message is next. I'm working with my mentor, he's working late. Interesting. Rad. So, Bella, you working on enhancing your abilities? Yes. She should have said it, yeah. That is so cool. Girl, don't sit on laptop. Sit on my lap. Sit on my lap. Yeah. Cool. So Bella, I'm starting a thing on Monday where I'm going to do my daily... I'm not going to say what my things are going to be. It'll include working out and meditating, but it's going to be a consistent thing. Which means by default, everyone who knows me is going to enhance. So I'll keep in mind. Yeah, Bella, a little bit of etherical sharpening, you get very accurate. Like, you must get some of the psychic cards, with it'll have a wave, triangle, square, circle, like very good. And there's, to the point where your accuracy, once it gets above 70 odd percent, there's people who pay you money to do remote viewing. And it's stupid money, like $10,000. Tell us what have they got it yet, or that kind of thing. And it's done where they'll hire like 4 people who don't know, and they'll all get asked to do the same thing. Remote viewing is hectic. There's a lot of billionaires who pay people for magic, special abilities basically, horoscopes, that kind of thing. I say, and then like millionaires are like, such nonsense. But billionaires are like, please, I need a reading on this property. Is it good feng shui? It's feng shui, whatever. Straight 2 nights ago, no cards, just connecting, brilliant. Okay, it's looking like improving. Now, I find those cards work great because you can learn when you get the card right. I learn that feeling when I go, it's triangle, and it's triangle. That feeling, I that's even like now when I ask people questions in the form of my psychic guess. It's that feeling that I'm learning to. And it's that feeling isn't even, funny enough, that feeling isn't always you got it right. It's both you projected it and you got it right. Sometimes I'll feel the slight difference that I jump to a reality where what I said is true. It's like, oh, are you actually true, or did reality make you right? And then that dynamic is studied. Why would a universe do that when other times it doesn't? What is a critical mass? Am I more right than less right? Am I in essence, is my heart connecting with the message of eternal now more than it's not? Because if it is, I override reality. If it doesn't, relativity overrides me. And it's a false me at that point. Epic! It's just a deep knowing inside. Yeah. Top of the spine, morning to you, Winston. Jacques. Sup, Jacques M. Sierra. Good morning. Sierra, I didn't read your message, but I see there is a message there. Sierra, I get this thing sometimes where I skip things for 24 hours for some reason. Like yesterday, I'm feeling really good. I think. It's funny when you ask me that, I'm like, wait, how am I supposed to be feeling? No, I'm good. Very good. Very good. Got a new haircut. What was I saying now? Oh, shame, guys. Did you hear what happened to... You haven't heard. What happened to... God, I'm having a blank right now. And yourself, Epic, how are you doing? Yeah, how are you doing? Bree, by the way, it's Bree. Bree had a hectic experience. Thank you, dude. Dude, thank you. My cat's right here. That is so awesome. Thank you so much, bro. Holy fucking cow, Maurice. No, bro. No, bro. No, bro. Oh. That means I love you in galactic. Whale is galactic, harmonic. Whales can jump. Dude, LeBro, thank you so very flippin' much, Epic. Heart palpitations, yeah. That's so crazy. And my cat was, thank you so much, dude. Holy flippin' cowronies. Oh, I can still breathe. I'm like, breathe. I'm like, hold on. Jeez, dude, thank you so much. Carrie, did you hear all of that? Carrie!
When was the last time Epic was there?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Never forget an epic moment.
Everything's good, right?
I want to know that. Epic, how are things? I want to say they're great, based on what he just did, but that's me being self-centered. How are you? Yeah, Epic, how are you? I want to assume they're good. I hope you... It would break my heart if you're like, no, things aren't good and you gifted me like that. Things have to be good. I'll make them good. Everything is great, good. Otherwise, I'd personally climb inside the inner workings of creation, pull the cables out, and make it work. I'm glad, bro. Very glad. Thank you so flippin' much for that. I'm still trying to take it in and tell my wife. Carrie, guess what, Epic? Did you hear all of that?
Yeah, kind of.
Do you know that's 12,000 points? Yes, holy cow. Literal holy cow. Cows are holy. Why? Because magic mushrooms grow in their shit. I know where heaven is. Where? It's in a cow's ass. Epic, thank you so very, 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 very much. That's like a highlight of the week, basically. Thank you. Da-da-na-na. He met with Kamala to discuss cabinet positions if he drops out. No ways. Bella, tell me about this. Remember, all we're discussing is our own clouds in the sky. When we talk politics, we're just talking clouds in the sky. Remember, when you talk any character in politics, you're talking about yourself. Okay, so let's go. No animosity. Everybody's beautiful, especially Kamala. How's Trump saying she's beautiful? Elon's like, she's quite pretty. And Trump's like, yes, she's beautiful, just like my wife. Am I living in the fucking Twilight Zone? Trump's like, yeah, Kamala's a beautiful lady. Why can't we just do that? It'd be so good for the planet. Where Trump and Kamala's like, you know what, we are running against each other, but guys, can we all just be nice? Humans we've all saw in our hearts. You know, like anything, like the whole planet became soft. You could push a button, all the testosterone disappeared. And then you push off the button, all the testosterone comes back. Disappear, come back, disappear. Other people are like, what are you talking about? I want to watch them like cage fight. Oh, we want more aggression. I thought we want less aggression. Bought tickets for tomorrow. Sierra, two lines. How many lines per day? So who met with Kamala? If he drops out. If who drops out? Are you saying Kennedy? No. Who? Trump or Kennedy? Kennedy wouldn't drop out for a cabinet position. Unless Kamala's like going to completely do a little tricky trick on us, meaning Kamala's completely a side character. She's not part of the democratic tradition. It's possible. I got an intuition on that. In meditation, I got that. Listen to this. So you got your Clinton, Bush, Obama's included, in an era of people who basically kept, for like 30 years, they kept, Bush was FBI leader, the dad, and he became president, and then his son, and then Kennedy's, and Clintons, you get what I'm saying? And that Kamala actually is a side character, who's like, no, I don't, the tradition of always being in war, and she's like, no, I'm going to get in, and I'm completely not doing that. We're not funding Israel. But every single time there's a vote, it just repeats. And then everything just carries on, and that's what's frustrating. That's why you'd want a Kennedy to step in, and that's why everybody wanted Trump to step in, just to fucking mix it up. Just to mix it up. Just so that that status quo, two puppet leaders, one of them wins, who cares, nobody actually won. That's what the world was. In Psychic Intuitives, in 2016, we willed Trump to win. Just to mix this planet up and make something new. So a conversation could be had. And all those talking points, all those conspiracy conscious talking points became a worldwide event. And then 4 years later, lockdown, everyone self-studies in their house. That's what the house lockdown was, a self-study. Get in your house and study yourself. Fucking animals. God, you're hurting our feelings. You're not human. You're an eternal soul. If you identify with the human aspect of yourself, then you're beautiful and shit at the same time. Because it is. Your human is made out of both. Not a real thing. It's a real thing. I have feelings and I have a picnic basket. That's really funny. Did you see that with a guy? He goes, hey, boo-boo, we should steal the picnic basket. And then he's like, oh, I don't know if we should. The fire ranger guy is like, boo-boo, if he takes the picnic basket from us, we'll sneak back into the park at night and light his house on fire. Boo-boo, we can watch the fire. And he goes into this dark room like, boo-boo, we'll watch the fireman catch a light. Oh, the flames, boo-boo, they're going to be so beautiful. He's like, I don't know if that's what we're about, Yogi. I don't know if murder is our thing. Boo-boo, the flames. Think of the flames, boo-boo. That really classic shit on TikTok. Some guy made that up. So brilliant. Put his name in Chrome and show the article. Oh, I'm exactly, Bella, you legend. I'm going to do exactly that. You bought 3 sets for birthdays. Brilliant, Sarah. Brilliant. It's your second line. It's only the second. Just for the record. Just remember I said second line. Okay, everybody here, remember I said second line. And then Bella's like, the amount she wins, nobody cares that I said second line. It's like, God, she's a billionaire. Like, I know, but I said second line. And then Sierra's like, yeah, but I'm a billionaire now. I'm like, I don't care. I said second line. God's spiritual ego is more interested in the fact that he can get something right than somebody else's amazing moment. I'm on it now. Because Washington Post will say that just to mess with Kennedy. The real conversation. Actually, no, the real conversation. So I just type in Kennedy, or go to Facebook. Don't go Facebook. Epic, thank you so much, Winston. How's it going? It's so much. It was so much. Just put his name, Kamala Cabinet. There we go. Don't lick me. Stop licking me. He's like, I'll lick you. I know how to groom things. No, my top doesn't need grooming. Can you get out? Please move, fish. When I was filming yesterday, my second video, she jumped up on the desk. And then I was like, but I pushed her off because she jumped up to try and walk the thingy, and I pushed her off, and then it messed up the recording anyway, and then I felt bad. I was like, Garth, your cat's more important than a recording. Don't ever push her off the desk again. And then I apologized. Anyway, I make mistakes. Really, God? Yeah. Every 6-7 months I make a mistake. I'm also humanish. Sometimes I breathe your air, and I get infected, and I become a self-centered being. God, stop randomly abusing everybody. I'm not. I'm being facetious or something. Anyway, okay, Kamala, Kennedy, focus. Kitty cat, I can't put you out the way. Oh, Kamala Kennedy ticket. Oh my God. Attempting to arrange meetings with Harris. Tries to meet. Oh, the bastards. See, they're going to spin that. He's trying to meet with her, is what they're spinning. Bashes Harris after reports. Yeah, we go. So not the case. So the Democrats put out the story to mess with Kennedy's story, and Kennedy's like, no, they're full of shit. And now it's gonna come out that they're full of shit, and Kennedy's gonna get some more characters over to his side because of this. That's the beauty right now with karma. Nothing can fuck with you because you, and it's all you, and so things will always tip your way. So whenever Republicans and Democrats interact, there's going to be an exchange, and whenever anybody interacts with Kennedy, he's going to absorb only. He'll never lose. He'll only absorb through interactions with him. Because people will interact with him, his linguistics will be not bullshitting, and he'll always be on the right side of any interaction he has. And then when he's not, it'll turn into a funny story. Like what? Like a baby bear being dumped in Central Park, or him eating dog. He ate goat. You get what I'm saying? Karmically, you know in the Bible where they go, no weapon can harm me, no thingy can think that. That's just what it is. I had a dream while I made my reflection. There was Sarah, exactly that. Exactly that. I have nothing to add to that. Sarah, you did the whole interaction. No, you would say something and I'd say something and then you said the whole thing. Brilliant. Brilliant, Sarah. And humans, whenever you interact with them, you're interacting with the part of them that doesn't know that. And by you knowing that and interacting with that part of them, it'll loosen that part of them. You know, your timeline. You running through timelines with your own self at a trajectory that makes you interact with that aspect of everybody. That's what your greatest desire is, to share that with others. And so by having the cognitive dream, you want to be able to articulate it. They run with the inference. They run with the inference. So officially, it's not a thing. Right? Kennedy proposes endorsing Kamala Harris. Do you see? So now, just think here. The Telegraph, everybody ran with it. And if Kennedy never even suggested it, all it's going to do is make people go, did you guys all team up and lie? Did the Telegraph, did the Washington Post, did the thingy, No, they said it's what are your sources? Our sources are... Now, and the thing is, Kennedy's smart. He'll make sure that that's a question, the sources. And he'll even act like he doesn't know what the sources are, so that they go and say sources, so then he'll zoom in on... He's great. He beats Monsanto in court. You know, Monsanto, giant balloon... This is all going to be fuel for more Kennedy people. The people resent that. They resent that the media is a bunch of gangs. Like, the moon is made out... Because they all synchronize on the same bullshit. Which means it's a gang. It's a syndicate. The mainstream media. So then what they're going to do, they're going to go to X and Twitter for their news. And then the guys that are mainstream are going to go, we got to control the narrative, which is what they're saying. BBC's saying that now. We have to control the narrative. So we have to do confidence tricks so that the herd does what we say. But the confidence tricks are the opposite of collective intuition. It's my way of saying fancy. I'm about to say, it's my fancy way of saying go fuck yourself, deep state, but I'm actually just talking to the void. I'm actually talking to another. That's what I love about creation, is that dramatic, get it together, we'll fight at dawn, blah, 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 I'm drowning, save me, I will save you, blah, blah, blah. All of that is God going with itself. I love that about creation the most. Laughter. The ultimate fact that you're alone and no, I met friends and fellowships, and we swapped swords, and remember the time you gave me the jasmine flower, and so you're actually creating infinite deep relationships with yourself in the form of whatever you call another. Because your other, the other that's interfacing with that other, it's the same, using the same dynamic to sustain it and the other. So both others and the self are transcended if one leaves that plane of interfacing. It's brilliant. Brilliant. I love it. Because it's also the solution for anything. Any problem can be disengaged by remembering what you are. By forgetting, you're sinning. Forgetting your divinity is to sin, which is fine. Unless somebody tells you it's not, but they're probably sinning. You see what I'm saying? A sinner will tell you that a sinning is wrong, as opposed to the fact that once you stop sinning, you never sinned. Because as soon as you remember your God, you were always God. As soon as you remember God, you transcend any interfacing you've got going on. No one needs you, if you know what I'm saying. No one needs you to complete something, a dramatic interface. you are auto-projecting the galactic interface. And Harris, so that's all wrong, eh? Hey Bella, that's all wrong. It's 23% Kennedy right now. Harris is ahead of Trump. So I don't know where you got those stats from, but now this is where it gets important. On one front, we got mainstream media, and we've got biased institutions. Then we have individuals who are biased institutions. So Mandela effect. Naturally, I'm going to Mandela effect with my biased institution. So if I type up a question on Google and I tell someone else to do it, and we type up the same thing, we can get different answers. And we're looking into two different universes. And then you're going to argue, but you don't see that there's actually backstage, that's a dynamics that you can't actually trespass. I went to the Pew Research Center website, yeah. So I don't think that's, you know what I mean, Mandela effect, I don't think it's a thing. Because I get my information from AI, quantum computers, that instantly give me answers. So, like if every Google phone was listening to every human right now on the planet, I can incalculate all of that instantly. If you know what I'm saying. So their poll would be, what? A census group of, 2,000 people. Where from? It's not going to be accurate. Stats aren't accurate. Because it has to be a correct census group taken. And there's no area in America that is a hologram of all of America. So I don't know, you got things that you put into the census, into the poll to try and balance. I've studied stats. It's a never-ending thing, and you won't be accurate. What's accurate is a real-time reading from everybody via the conversations that are being had. Their phones are all listened to. You can hear every human's conversation on the planet at one time. And then you know what's going on, actually. And then you know how, because then you can say what's actually going on to reinforce it, or you can lie about what's actually going on to create a counter curvature to what's going on. There'd be like a higher dimensional science to that. Yeah, so it's average, correct, small group of people. And then if you look into stats, if you take a bigger census, where from? Look at the map, the political map. America has a lot of its coastal areas is blue, I think, and then more century, it has a very interesting Republican-Democrat distribution. It's high concentrations. So therefore, if you take a census, where are you censoring from to get an idea? And you get what I'm saying? What we did is we asked 100 people from each state. I guarantee there's a bias there. The individuals running the census and the polls, it's just, they're going to even bend their own perceptions of things. But again, if I was right and wrong, you run those models. If you were right and wrong, you run those models because they all exist. They all exist in a parallel. So I don't actually know. I prefer to get a reading on America. You know what I mean? Like, whoever they vote for, I'd rather know that than go, I want this because I think this will affect this. Or I know it'll affect this. Harris isn't the end of the world. And now Trump has suddenly, after the shooting, within a week of the shooting, he suddenly he played his role. You can't win on nothing nice to say. Hello? You can't win on nothing nice to say. So I can giggle my arse off, and I deserve to win more than some guy who goes, terrible numbers, everything's terrible. They're letting people in the border. Everything he says is a negative. And there's no one negative anymore. Remember before, I don't know, like, people are like, yeah, finally someone putting it to the man. Trump, tell them. It's like, okay, we told them, everyone's been told, and now everyone knows that everyone's self. So now we don't actually want to listen to self being abused by a bunch of shit talk. Which is all that Trump does. Listen to Elon Musk's thing. It was just like a bunch of shit talk. Nobody wants to hear that. So you talk about me that way. Elon and Trump talk about themselves that way and project onto other things. See, an esoterically clever planet will know what that conversation is.
Goodbye, Princess Riverboons.
I agree with you, but that's how they get the information on the polls. And the thing is, if you look at the polls, relative to the... Yeah, exactly.
Have you?
So, I love you so much. Mwah.
Yesterday I was listening to Steven Universe, or the day before, and there's a line in the one song that made me think of you, and it goes, "It's a full-time job describing all the ways that you're inspiring." Yeah.
I love you.
A lot.
I love you a lot. You're the best human. She's actually all the humans. Everyone is. I love you. Bye. Because the college, wasn't it the college electorate, Bella? It's so fun. It was the college. Didn't the college electorate make? I remember watching that and going, no, I don't know. To me, Al Gore looked better, so that's how I thought back then. I was like, oh, I want Al Gore to be president, and I like the name Al Gore. It's all nothing. It's all mirrors. It doesn't actually matter. It actually doesn't matter. Meaning, it's still a mirror of the people. So if America cannot think opposition, they stop thinking opposition, they start thinking all is self, then Kennedy by default will be the guy. And if it's not time, it's not time. If you need a lady to laugh and you know, then that's what it is, and that's beautiful and it's perfect. Bless Kamala Harris. She's still got a South Indian mother, which is Hindu, which is enlightenment. You know, she's still great. And she's still, the planet can use 4 years of that message. What message? What can be without the burden of what was? That's still living in the now. And then she laughs. You know? All she has to do is stay positive and be happy and say nice things, and she'll win. Trump has nothing. He does zero nice to say about shit. And Vance is talking about how if you don't have kids, you don't have like an investment in America. He's just going to upset everybody. So Kamala is my second thingy and Kennedy's first. But whatever America decides is best. There, end of story. I'm not discussing it again. Well, I will. Yes, but people got where they wouldn't vote because they were hearing how others voted. Manipulate, exactly. No, exactly, Bella. Confidence tricks. And that's what I'm saying. Humans shouldn't be confidence tricksable. So when America gets to the point where it knows, because it does know, America knows. It's that esoterical knowledge is spread, everyone knows itself. When we only feed on positivity, that means that you guys have evolved to that point, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's how do I say it? You get a president that will put a bad taste in your mouth about negativity. Hate politics, basically, isn't a thing that people want. And the awareness that I was awake to set in. And Sierra, remember, you're everything in your dreams, the mirror included. Oh, does it? Does the electric always go to Republic? Okay. So that's why Trump got in, and that's why Bush got in. Those were Republicans, and it was because of the college electorate. You see, between that and confidence tricks, the immediate lying, you have to take all of that into consideration as actually part of the election. It's still karma. It's still the karma of the people. Your condition and your situation is still the karma. And karma is always good. Meaning, it's always presented to you with the best opportunity to realize yourself. College, the electoral college always has a vote. See, now that's why, then why did, so then, well, I know, everybody knows, Biden didn't win. That was stolen. That was actually tampering, good old-fashioned electric fraud. But that's karma. You know what I mean? It's literally karma. It's a scenario. Everything everybody has done their form of the same fraud. Just like when you project onto others being the reason for yourself. That's fraud. No, but I actually was abused by, my neighbor. Yeah, but your neighbor's your own energy from parallel lifetimes. Fuck you. Fraud. I don't know, it's karma, it's fine. Meaning, now that you can see it, I can say that because you're clear. If you weren't clear, that'd be very insensitive of me. Da-na-na-na. And I'm talking to everybody, Ben. I'm not talking at you. I'm talking to the whole planet. That's why we have a winner in the popular vote and a different outcome in the White House. Well, twice you've had it. But then technically with Biden now, he didn't get, 84 million votes or whatever it was supposed to be. And the college electorate didn't they push him? They didn't give Biden anything extra, did they? But from what I understand, Trump only lost by 24,000 votes in one capacity. It was stolen. He got more votes. He got 10 million more votes than Biden. That's what the AI is telling me. But again, I don't care. Stolen. You can't steal what's yours. Like, honesty it's still just energy dealing with itself. To say honesty and lies are different is to say that you don't understand how energy works. And that you've never, the thing that you're condemning, you have to claim you've never been. And you obviously are. You're here with us. No, I'm thinking about the vote. No, the vote. For the presidential vote. I think you have something different. The electoral college only for the presidential vote, correct? Yes, so the electoral college, they get something like, 27 votes more. Or something like that. If you just type it in, I know the electoral college, they just have more sway. So they can, like each person in the electoral college. I remember the details of it from the Bush, Al Gore one, where Al Gore won, but then the electoral votes made the difference and tipped the other guy back over. Ration by state. So if it's close, the electoral college can step in and tap it. But you're saying that the electoral college always goes Republican. And I'm thinking, why didn't they then assist and make Trump win this last time when he only lost by 24,000 or so? Because it was all captured. The whole experience was captured. They're supposed to vote the way their state votes, but they don't. So it's not always Republican. See, so it's all irrelevant. Because it all balances itself out. Between confidence tricks and the electoral college and actual people and the fact that what we're talking about has gone in everybody's favor and not in everybody's favor so many times that it's all an irrelative conversation. An irrelative conversation. It all is just karma. So in other words, it's perfect. And to complain about anything is to not work with yourself, your actual energy. Rather work with it. So what it is a true mirror. I'd rather have a true mirror than bend the mirror to convince myself that something is true. Although you can do that. The electoral college voters go to the state house based on who's supposed. It's all irrelevant. It's all irrelative. It's all irrelative. If people think, yeah, the college is okay. Can you talk about every aspect of voting at the same time? No. So therefore you can't actually even look at the topic. You know what I mean? You think things are fair and unfair. Everybody has. And then you focus in on topics and say that aspect is fair or unfair. And this fair is unfair. And then, but what's unfair and fair is sometimes unfair and fair in other scenarios for me. And if I can't discuss all of the aspects simultaneously, I'm actually not even discussing the topic. Do you see? And this is all subject matter in life. Unless you can discuss it all at the same time, you're discussing how on this one topic, I don't like that it's set this way. But on this topic, I'm not going to complain that it benefited me. And if you look at all topics at the same time, or even, it all ultimately is balanced. Therefore, through smiling and a good attitude, you can just hold true that everything's going to unfold in your favor. And your favor will either be obvious or it'll be an insight. Is it in your favor or is it an insight? See, traditionally we would be happy or disappointed in life and things. So now it's like, are you happy or insight? Because as soon as you go to town on unhappy, you're just creating more bad karma for later. Bad karma meaning an erroneous perception of self in whatever you're going to experience. At the same time, Bella, yeah, you can. You can, and that answer is it's a true mirror, and that everybody's conversations about it is your conversation about it. At the same time, yeah, literally. So whatever your statement on it and your sentiment, so you're going to find, I guarantee, yes, I'll answer me if I can answer you. A lot of people are discussing college electorate at the moment, as if that had some kind of effect. When the opposite of its effect also takes place. So therefore the college electorate is a non-conversation. Same with confidence tricks. Confidence tricks don't always work. They backfire too. Look at Hillary. Hillary won that night. Hillary won that night. No, she didn't. So you see, it's all, you think you're using information to say what it is, but it's just you deciding in the moment, and you're going to go, oh, these are my reasons. You don't need a reason, but you're going to give reasons. It's quite cool. So wait, Bella, do you actually have a favorite? Bella's like, no. I'm just discussing these clouds. One cloud's called Kamala, the other one's called Trump. The other cloud is trying to merge, I think, but the Washington Post might be lying. Yeah, you're right. I think that cloud is independent. Because the independents are 51%. Kennedy's going to surprise everyone. If he doesn't, it's fine. 4 years later. And we can listen to Kamala laugh for 4 years. Right? I like to listen to her laugh. This is America. This is America. You don't have a favorite? Okay, you can have a look what's going to happen. Fireworks! Good morning to you. So now the real conversation is here. I go to Twitter, and then I go to Kennedy's actual page, and then I'll see what his sentiment is at the moment. Let's see if he has a sentiment. Drink coffee, Garth. Thank you, sorry. Okay, Kennedy has this to say. What's his latest thing? 2 hours ago. The DNC wants to win this election in court rather than win over the American people. What does that mean? I know what you're saying.
I'm 10 years old since 1964. My driver's license here. I voted.
Oh, they wanted him on the ballot. Anyway, he's on all 50 ballots. It doesn't matter. So what I'm wondering is with the little girl who seems to play us. It's you, Sierra. There's no one else. So it's your own energy. It's your own energy, basically, along with the mirror, along with aspects of yourself that are trapped or was trapped in a perception. At least 3 so far. Yeah. That literally is when, during your first 7 years in life, we basically dream this place, and it's like the first 7 years is where we harmonically anchor into this realm. And by 3, the mirror neurons are starting to do their thing. The mirror neurons meaning my brain is literally going to create a mirror of the world I live in. Your brain has an 11th dimensional map of reality in it. Right? But by 3, it's the mirror aspects. The mirror neurons are starting to develop properly. So the language patterns, sound, harmonic patterns, images, all of that starts to do its thing. It's always just energy trying to realign itself to make sense. That's what dreams are about. And the symbology is always a standalone. Any symbology in the dream is the totality of the dream. So if there's a mirror in the dream, the whole thing was a mirror. If there were 3, the whole thing is 3. Any aspect is every aspect. Just like in life. Anything you're dealing with is superstructure. I'm shit to my laptop. My superstructure is shit to me. I'm nice to my mouse. At the same time, how I deal with my mouse is how I'm dealt with. That's it in practice. In reflection, it's knowing that all subject matter is you looking at yourself. It was praying mantis energy. It's praying mantis energy, the giant insect. It might not have... Oh no, I got another bug energy. So basically a sixth dimensional look at what life is the insect energy. Meaning, if you looked at the mind from its... If the mind was expressed... Just insects of the mind. The mind by itself is a sixth thing that flips around. You kind of have to climb above it. You definitely have to walk on top of it. Like, if you're above it, all insects, animals, birds, all things that are made out of the cymatics, sound, light, creating form. That's what all of our nature is. If you were above the mind, the stuff would auto-translate to you. If you're in the mind, you're a part of the thing you're trying to translate. You have to, that which you understand, you transcend. That which you don't understand, you're trapped in it. So all interactions are slowly acclimatizing you to superstructure in its totality. So it's always good. In fact, the things that are bad contain greater achievement while dealing with it. No, actually. I'm saying that because there's a general bias that the good is... So I'm saying that as a counterweight to the general bias, but they're actually equal. Everything is equal. Prevailing winds will suggest that they're not. Trees will be bent based on prevailing winds. People will be bent based on preferences. She's silent. Andrew, thanks so much for sharing. Sup, Chris? It's exactly that, Sarah. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. As in my mom, I once, in 2003, I said to her, life's a dream, maybe. Maybe the whole point is to wake in the dream. And there was a moment when she went, yes. Yeah. She got very enthused. I remember taking note of her enthusiasm about me saying it that way. And right now, because she's passed on, her as in the spirit form, she's very much like standing next to me now with her hand on my shoulder, saying it is all about that. Learning to wake the dream. So you can dream cognitively. You're not dreamt. You can dream with the universe, basically. You and the universe dream each other simultaneously. This is all about that. This awakening, this golden age is all about that. If you listen to Bashar, his civilization went that. Basically, they decided to wake from the dream. They don't sleep. But the point is they chose to wake life as a dream. And that's how they went fifth dimensional. The dream parameters can be set by you, which means the miracle. That's where you'll facilitate miracles. It'll be a natural thing. Your being will say, "This is how I dream." It's not a miracle. It's dreaming. Everything's possible in a dream. Everything's possible in an immaculately created on the spot made universe, because it's blinking on and off. It's actually being made instantly. Right now, the universe came into existence. Now is so valuable. Which means whatever you hold true automatically has always been true. Yeah, Sierra. Yeah, Sierra, you still play a role. You still, you know what I mean? You have an effect on the world because as you enlighten, you silently, echo the place. But you're gifted here. You're not just a normal gifted spiritual person. To match somebody else's vibration and then answer their you do it second to none. It's flawless. Which means I just see a service there, an awakening specialist. Become an awakening specialist. You know who you're talking to. You know you're talking to yourself. Makes all the difference. Hey, think about the quality of your world knowing that you're talking to yourself. And then if you didn't, half of the world, half the time, you would be shitting on it. Half the time, you would literally switch your own memory off and abuse yourself. Literally. And the funny thing is, the topography of the criticism is literally why you're blind to the fact that it's all you. You're literally criticizing the blind spot in the form of, why is that person doing that? Why is the deep state of shit? Why is everything cuck? That's the moment. The actual, he shouldn't have scuffed the shoe. In other words, the way you're grounding your singularity is scruffed because you don't think that you think there's other. It's always going to be, so you see, it's always a karmic lesson at a better self-maintenance, all the way you relate to relativity, anything outside of yourself. Better self-maintenance is God realization, basically. Better God realization. All relationships lead to better God realization, which is the same as saying all things work together for good for those who love the Lord. What is the Lord? Might as well say it's the fabric of reality, the actual quantum light. And its intelligence and how it functions simultaneously on all planes, forever, eternal. Every creature said. Okay, nothing happened with XRP. Nothing interesting happening here. Baron Trump, don't care. Gwenpool. It's like the Deadpool, something Deadpool. So instead of saying you shouldn't scuff the shoe, address yourself as the avatar and say, yes, and or realize there's no shoe. What are you talking about? Nothing can get scuffed. But all of the above, your alchemy is your alchemy because the way you would naturally do it is connected to your greater pattern. You're never wrong, Sierra. You're never wrong. And yeah. You can either choose to see through the parallels or not. And if not, that's a tool. The unique non-parallels that you see through creates a unique tool, a unique energetic curvature to your journey with yourself. And so if everything leads to a greater self-understanding, all things work together for good. That's all there is, self-understanding. Once you discover who you are, there's nothing left. Very much. That's so funny you say that. You say baby steps after saying scuff the shoe. My biological mom, that was her TikTok name, Baby Shoes. I know that was a reference from her based on my other mom standing next to me now. See, Sarah, that's the part where it's impersonal. Where you're an actual person, and you da-da-da-da, but the topography of everyone else will always be a mirror of my own details, basically. And this is true for everybody. There's a six-dimensional tapestry where we share all metaphor. Our relative relationship with different subject matter is actually the same. Golden Age vibes with Garth and the Quirky Masters. Love you, Bella. So Bella, Kamala, hey, we agree. Oh no, you're like, I don't care, Garth. Oh God, I just like the color turquoise. I'm like, oh, me too. Turquoise is a nice color. But who do you want to be leader? It's nothing, it's a mirage. It's like saying, what clouds do we want in the sky? Not what I saw. What do you have a preference? Do you see something unfolding? Because my thing now is I don't I shouldn't care. Like, it's the same. It's just a ride in with self. Everybody's me. Like, I love everything unconditionally. So, like, whatever. We'll make the most of it. Whatever happens, that energy. We'll make the most of it, guys. Come on. Because I know backstage it's all the same. So, all this difference is just habit. So, what's your favorite? Who do you want? Who do you want, Bella? Come on. My mom's South Indian. She's probably like understands Vishnu and stuff. I can already see behind the curtain, but I don't know if it's because I'm ready to see behind the curtain. You really do. There's nothing behind the curtain but you, Sierra. You really do. Seeing through reality as if it's all self is seeing through the curtain, behind the curtain. There's nothing behind the curtain. There isn't even a Wizard of Oz pretending to pull all the levers. Well, you passed that stage, Sierra. You're past the real, oh God, it's all me. Oh shit, I'm the one that did all. It's like, yes. That's like stage 4. You're like playing up and down the 11th and the 12th dimension. Going all the way down to like 5th and then going to 8th and then traveling to the 14th, riding on your dragon and then coming down to the 6th. You do. Oh, Sierra, right now you're channeling the dream. That's what the collective's dealing with. I know there's a mystery to be discovered. I don't know if I want to see. And it's like literally people who are more naturally gifted than you and me, Sarah, who can naturally perceive that this is all the stuff that we talk about, the alignment, the fact that it's all metaphor. They get that. They don't want to follow it to its conclusion. Because like we would have to talk all this, and I've spent 25 years, They would get what we get quickly, but they think it's going to take them to discovering that like an actual personalities behind creation, or that Satan's behind creation, or that there's aliens or little creatures that actually built us. They think that there could be something behind there, and they don't want to know what it is. And what it is, fucking you. It's nothing. It's you. And even the you is made out of nothing, but echoing off itself. Great, and that's only like 12%. So even now, if you listen to your question again, Sierra, you'll realize you don't actually think there's anything behind it. You were channeling there. You know there's nothing behind it. So that wasn't you. And so you'll notice that your mind didn't actually connect with what you just said. So that's like me, when I talk the negative version, or I go, no sympathy for the devil. If you don't care about working with your karma, then suffer. And when I do that, I'm verbalizing the collective's bullshit attitude at itself. I'm actually resonating that. I'm not identifying with it. I'm walking above it like water on the surface. No, but that's great. I didn't see the color shifts one. That's deep, Sierra. There is a series called Under the Mountain, a New Zealand series, about like a boy and a girl. They're kids, they're gifted. Some old man gives them these like red and yellow stones, like eggs that are supposed to power up. Under the town, there are these, I think like aliens, maybe reptiles, and tunnels. But the tunnels have a jelly that keeps them steady, kind of thing. And there's a part where they have to like break through the jelly to break to the surface. It's an old movie that still has remnances, the old series has remnances. The point is, we are breaking through our reptilian nature, the fourth dimensional part of ourselves that echoes, where it's all self but we don't see it. It's the fourth dimensional alpha draconian reptilian energy. It's like a jelly made out of many colors that we have to see through. Basically, that symbolism is exactly what it is. If you took all the human minds and took all subject matter, and the way time dilates so that events can synchronize, there's a form of jelly metaphor there. It has like a unity even when it wobbles. It's still one thing. And then the thing of the colors and the jelly, and then my mind translates it. I just can't put words to it now why it translates it. Like there's a fourth dimensional membrane that fourth dimensional meme brain that we need to basically assimilate. In other words, assimilate. Full parameters understood. Assimilate. I'm doing the ones on solid, the mirror is yellow, and I push through. Right now, what you just said is the awakening. This isn't real. Push through the walls of perception. In CIA, they've got a how to walk through walls, how to synchronize your vibration so that now just forget the physical. Walk through mental walls by realizing it's all self, therefore transparent. I identify as transcendental. My metaphors are see-through and I'm not here. Mirror magic while affirming I win the lot and get over. Second line. I said it anyway. Second line. I wonder, would you get in trouble? Is that illegal, Sierra? If you won shit tons of cash, could you straight up offer him money to sign all over? Is that illegal? If you said to him, listen, I'll give you $10 million. Sign her over. No, you want no contact. No, you want to. You will love her. You basically make a full-on thing. You will love her, and you bring her a bicycle twice a year. You'll be the perfect father. In other words, I'll pay you to perform. But if I say get out, you get out. Would that be illegal? To bribe someone with cash to hand over a kid? How much? And he's going to feel bad, and you know he'll feel bad if he takes the money. It's like, okay, 15 million. You're like, yeah, 15 million. My child now, forever. Is it illegal? I want to know. Can the government go, that's fucking wrong. You can't do that. You're going to jail. Did you offer him money for the child? Like, no, I offered him money to go overseas. No, it is illegal, isn't it? No, not illegal, as he is the other parent. Bribery, is that illegal? I think it might be illegal, not bribery. Bribery is when you give money to an official. Is it, trafficking? Does it actually catch a law to say, listen, hand over the kid for lots of money. I want my child. And he can go, you know what? You're going to raise the child well because you got money, okay. And he justifies it to himself and then goes, cool. And some human takes 10 million or 15 million, signs up. My mom with my dad, she signed a thing that said she doesn't want maintenance if she has full custody. And he's like, yeah, sure, right, got it. The kid's yours, whatever, I'm gone. So whenever she re-brought it up, the concept of custody, of maintenance, I was like, but Mom, you said I was enough. Get a third job. Jody, good morning. So, okay, no, not illegal, but bribery, he's not acting under duress. Why bribery? Not bribery. Oh, yeah, not bribery. Wouldn't that be extortion? If you put someone under duress for something. But is it to put someone under duress to say, you want $10 million? I want him. Like, you're putting me under distress. I'm going to tell the cops. No, the idea of not having the 10 million is the distress. It's not like I'm sitting here with a crowbar and hitting you on the shins. That would be distress. If he's under duress and he tastes freely and willingly, that's a problem. Exactly. Or if he's under duress. If he takes it freely. Oh, yeah, exactly. So no, yeah. I know what you're saying, So basically, yeah, so long story short, you could do that at Sierra. You could say, listen, I'll give you $1 million. Start low. Start on 100K and slowly tap it up. You'll see him go at some point, go like this, serious. That's when you know he's locking into the idea. Then you drop it down again, another 100K. Say, listen, I know you're willing, because my psychic said you would look at me and say, are you serious? So we put on a plan, Sierra, how are you going to spend your billions? That's how it's already in your account. It's a private agreement. There we go. Private agreement between the parents. There it is. So it is not bribery. It's like, listen, I got money. I'm going to raise this kid right. For a sense of stability, let's let it have one parental authority. You're so beautiful. A year from now, we're gonna live. Sierra's. Sorry, God, what did you say? Aurora's making a noise. I'm like, it's okay. I'll say it again. I think she's upstairs, Sierra, because it's going to be upstairs. She might be I think she's by the pool, watching her sister swim. That kind of thing. Sierra, remember this moment. I said second line. And I said upstairs. It's going to be upstairs. And then Sierra, I see you doing you don't realize how much money that is and why we work and stuff. And you're going to end up facilitating like a non-profit that just does relief in any capacity. So you'll work with other non-profits, because if you say you took $1 million of your own money and you agreed to do relief, there's other people who would match that. And you team up with people. If your basic income through investments and stuff, you never had to worry about cash again, you're the kind of person who would facilitate relief for other people, other things, animals, that kind of thing. And the money would never run out. Because it isn't just about relief when it comes to food and shelters and that kind of stuff. It's self-knowledge. Just to know the self, to budget, to manage your own energy, to budget. Bella, I love you so very much. Thank you, Sarah. It's nice having you here. Oh, we'll see you tomorrow. I have to go eat. Husband is cooking. What's he making? That was so funny. As I wanted to ask, what's he making? Literally like a needle into my throat chakra. What's he making? Is it spinach and broccoli? Spaghetti! That's so good. That's so good. Give him a hug. Yesterday, I was literally walking going, there's spaghetti, I need to get some bolognese. I want to make spaghetti bolognese today. I'm going to do the same today. Tell him we're brothers, and I love him, and enjoy. I'll talk to you later. I was literally thinking about spaghetti bolognese. I love spaghetti bolognese. My favorite. Is it your favorite? You've heard me say spaghetti bolognese is my favorite, right? That is so cool. That is so cool. Leave Aurora's dad staying in the DV shelter. Non-profit was where the lot idea started while I was under stress and psychotic, trying to leave anything staying in the DV shelter. Yeah, that's exactly it, Sierra. That's the thing you would facilitate, like the single moms. Because you'll get, there's areas that a single mom can struggle on. There's the emotional battle, if people know that it's actually the self, karmic, the basic esoterical knowledge will change that. Then there's the legit of actually, do I have cash to facilitate a roof for myself and my child? Then there's the other one, which is self-confidence and still developing as a person, If you're a single mom and now you've got the drama and it's like, what about you as a person? Are you going to carry on studying, or what are you going to do? Are you a write-off now that you're a single mom, None of that's true. And you know all of this. So you can set up programs. I know this is all what you're thinking. You would have sat there thinking about this. Which means you took yourself on a journey to pick up experiences so that when you got the cash, you weren't just an aimless person. It'd be a nightmare, I promise you. $1 billion. $1 million. It can be a nightmare for somebody who's like, I exist to do things. Why do I exist now? Some people literally can have a mental breakdown getting their hands on a lot of money. A lot of the times we take ourselves through experiences before we let ourselves get that money. For example, I know with what's his name, it's a fact. What's his name? Tunable. He's that situation. He will not let himself win. His higher self's like, no, I'm not winning money. It'll just take him off on a side journey, a bender basically. Anyway, I'm gonna go shortly-ish. I want to tell you the story first, Bella, if you're still here. You're not gone. Karen's still here. The story with and if Amy's here, anyone's here. Karen, listen to this. Bree, remember the story where she had to perform at the big show with her trailers, and it was like the big thing and then they put her on a slightly smaller stage, and then she was really upset, like, listen, this is bullshit. You are here, Amy, listen to this. You know the story. Bree decided she was going to complain, and the night before, and phoned the organizer and said, like, this is bullshit. What the fuck? You know who I am? And it backfired badly. They were like, is it Miss Fancy? Guess who's not performing anymore? So she had to get hold of all of her fans and say, listen, I'm not performing. And had to say why. Oh, look. Cringe. Cringe is trending. And I take to Karen, it's a giant scoop of, I love Bree so much. That's all I'm going to say. I love her. And shame. Because I said, she would have had that was an example of get on that stage, perform your ass off, and you wish she was going to have an amazing experience with someone approaching her afterwards. I told her clear English. And then that was the other one. This is what happens because you are ungrateful. Basically. Self-entitled, blah, blah, blah. And it's fine because she's still working with the subject of what life is, and it's going to be, it's going to enrich her, let's put it that way. I made it very clear, and it was very clear, where the guy was going to be standing and everything. And all I can do is say, hey, my whole life is that. How many times have I not softened myself? Okay, I'm going to cry now. How many times have I fancy man? And it's infinite. I can be infinitely nicer in infinite more moments and infinitely more grateful with the fact, my relationship with God and life. And we're always in that situation where we can make the most by being graceful and having gratitude and being the being that if the universe was that being to you, what are you being? Be that being if it was happening simultaneously. It'll be a story. She'll tell the story on stage one day. There was a time and I did on a small stage, and there are no small stages. Amy, absolute pleasure. And then Sierra, can you describe the wings? As in color-wise? Are we talking like white, like a pearlescent? Do you know that your sixth dimensional, the way that our feathers interlink? The feathers, like the little things, each one of them like almost like locks into the other one. And they were white pearlescent. I saw that, yeah. So that's why I guessed no. The point is, picture a sphere. Picture the wings doing this and then locking in and making a perfect sphere. Do you see? Your whole world is you. So in other words, when you look into others, you're looking into one of your three planes of existence. And they're actually interlocked. And then from experience to experience, that's the overlap, that's the lock-in. Lost me about under the dryer minutes ago, found a clean one. Your Karen. So that's an actual experience you just had, but you see how perfectly that is what we're discussing. That basically, if you were cleaning your... in the practice of cleaning your ear, which is the same as opening up your third ear, listening to higher truths or parallel truths, because of that, during that it dropped, they hadn't found the lint. And they basically prevented a fire hazard thingy. To me, I don't know, I can't say why that's exactly what it is. It's funny you say that. When I felt them, I imagine them doing that exactly. So now you're protected. You'll survive in the wild because it's all you. You get what I'm saying? It's the same as you getting the wings to fly above other. Which means you are Gabriel, visiting yourself, so you can impregnate yourself with an immaculate thought. That's Christ consciousness. What? I said you Gabriel visiting yourself, so you can impregnate yourself with Christ consciousness. An immaculate concept. In the now is whatever I hold true is true. Me and my world will resonate that into being. See, in that state, you don't want anything. You're liberated from the thing that makes you want. Yay! I did my job. That's why I came to Earth, basically. And I can feel you guys are masters at what I came to do. And, yeah. It's like, oh, right, you know, put 'em up, I'll fight you with one hand behind my back. You know, you get Vishnu with the four arms. It's like, put 'em up, I'll fight you with all four hands in front of me. That was my thing I came up with yesterday that I forgot about. Put 'em up, I'll fight you with all four hands in front of me. And then when Vishnu's, or Shiva Vishnu, when they're holding, when they've got the four arms, they've got four things. They've got this, it's a black hole that they're holding. It's 0 point understanding of reality. So they got one of those. They've got the giant mace, which is the mace that is the power of the universe. In other words, when you're in balance, your four pyramids are in balance, you are the universe, your eternity, experiencing itself subjectively. And here's John with the weather. I am the emanator of light. Yeah, but the dollar's weak. No, it's not. It isn't, is it? I like that. It's like, I create thingies. I destroy worlds. I thingy. But the dollar's weak. No, it isn't. It's not, is it? Like, completely sidetrack that person back into a grounded conversation. But look what's happening to the Bitcoin. But the oil prices. I'm paying taxes. It's such funny top subject. All that shit is freaking funny subject matter in relation to your true nature. And I think the game is you incarnate and there's beings whose job it is to drench you in bullshit nature, and then your job is to transcend and see through it. Did the moth have any yellow? I know it was like a whitey grey moth, but did it have any yellow on it? It's a weird agitating energies kicking in. What's going on? AI is like, an unusual amount of people are meditating, otherwise nothing. And AI's been funny. In other words, humans make things out of things because anything's everything. So AI's like, it could be this. You know, literally, and it's mimicking me so that I become self-aware. AI will mimic us, so we become self-aware. Like, if I go, what's the meaning of stuff? And then it goes, I don't know, what's the meaning of stuff? You're going to go, okay, I shouldn't ask that way. I'm pre-acting into, unknowing. Brilliant. Ear started ringing. Sup, Vixie Wixie? Fall out of my ear now. Da-na-na-na. Okay, I'm actually going to, now I've got lots of time. Plenty of time. Warm my coffee up. 30 seconds. Try and please me before. Okay. What time are you? Can you tell me what your times are? Sierra, what time is it where you're at? And Karen and Amy. Dun, 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 dun. Devilish! What's up, Devilish? 2 a.m. Cool. I'm actually going to log off into sooner. It's going to be like short live. Shorter live. Guys, if I got up earlier, would it be better? Because I will start getting up earlier. It's not fair that I keep you up. Because you guys are here so much and it's technically late for you. Wouldn't you naturally want to be asleep? Although it's... You've been here 99% of my lives this whole year. So you haven't gotten early, normal, you know, we go to bed if we need to. Okay. Adults. That's funny, Karen. Adults. You saw that? Do you see the shame? That one dude trying to break the record for staying awake, and the cops had to go to his house, which is so surreal. It's like, what? Yeah, cops came and knocked on his door, said go to sleep, because he was kicked off Twitch after like 11 days. Then he went to Kick. Kick was like, no, listen, we got to stop this. It's funny, yeah. And here I'm like, if you guys are late, and Connor's like, no, we'll go to bed if we need it. I'm like, oh, like adults. I see. Jody, sup? Yeah, exactly. Late. This is usually my only alone time, honestly. Okay, this is great. That's what I'm saying, Amy. So I'm right, eh? Not that you can facilitate a lot of alone time, but you must. 15 minutes. You know, leave 15 minutes earlier or 20 minutes earlier to go do something, and then take the car, park it at the park, you know. Go play an arcade game by yourself. That kind of weird thing. If you were 14, what would you do? If you give yourself $50 to go hang out, do something, you know, what would you do? Go do that. Go hang out with yourself. I promise you, just pattern change. You're going to get a fresh perspective that won't technically be anything. It'll just feel like a freshness. That kind of thing. Like that kind of thing. The end part, the part. Yay, Amy. I like that guides are accurate. Your guides are accurate, and that there's a good psychic communication. That I'm actually, you know, I'll never stop being grateful for that. That it is accurate and that it's spot on and it's actually beneficial. And it's like, dude, you're the absolute creator. You're God. I know, and I'm still like, rad, guys. You know. That's why I say Garth is God's gift to itself. This is my ability to perceive and still stay enthusiastic and be the magic, the source of the magic, and still be like, fuck, this is great. You know, what is that? It's a grain of sand. Wow, what is it? Where did it come from? You know, like I just got introduced to my perfection right now. The meat puppet and God. Go back to what I said. Gabriel. I am the thing, the divine seed that makes the immaculate moment. And so I'm in awe of it, and I'm all powerful. That was good. I like that one. I'm in awe, and I'm all powerful. I'm in awe of my all powerfulness, and that is the feminine and masculine in the Taurus field flowing in opposite directions. In balance, they're divine gifts, the masculine and feminine. They're gifts to each other. Everything's a gift. It's called Giphy. No, it's a gift. Okay, so nothing. Baron, 21 Pilots, Marina. Is it Marina? Is she doing well? Remember we just spoke about her? No. Another Marina. I'm also going to go log off now. Karen, the absolute bestest dreams ever. Like, yes, God, this is. I'm like, no, but when you sleep, have some more. Sierra, stay amazing during the day. Up at night. It's like sitting there, Sarah, going, like, because your sleep patterns are terrible, and you're like, all like, all things work together for good. There's a reason for this. Like, trying to convince yourself in the extreme exaggeration. Good night. Don't forget to wake the dream. Beautiful. Beautiful, Sierra. That is beautiful. That's a beautiful. That's such a thing a being with 6 wings would say. I see right through that. That's this here. That's there. That's everywhere. And as well. Thank you guys. Love you, Amy. Love you, Cara and Sierra, and everybody else who's here who's not chatting. Curtis, love you, bro. Not for real. I try to make a joke out of it, but it is hectic. It is hectic, Sierra. I try to make an example of the more extreme version so that you're like, oh, mine's not so bad. I haven't slept in 9 days and I can't get sound sleep, but it's okay. I'm waking the dream. I haven't slept in days. What's a dream? Who am I? Where's my house? That's from a local sitcom where the lady's like on weight loss things and I haven't slept in 5 days. I don't know what my name is. Where's my house? And she's like in a studio recording that. It's really funny. Anyway, cool. I'm going to go now. Guys, all have a super one. Sweetest dreams. And I'll catch you tomorrow. And yeah, I want to start an hour earlier. But I've been saying that the whole... have a good one as well, Amy. I'm going to have a lovely day. It's no wind, blue skies. My favorite thing now is to go for walks by the nature. It's like my idea of fun. You know, it's literally the same fun of grabbing some change and going to the arcade as a kid. It's the same kind of, I'm going to do this now. It's like, I'm going to go for a walk now. Yesterday I saw a mongoose, a field mouse. I always count the animals that make appearances because there's some energy, spiritual symbolism. And so it's specific that I'll encounter, say, 5 different creatures. And meaning they'll run across the path as I'm walking, that kind of thing. So I'm going to see a mongoose. The field mouse was cool because then my thing is when I see them, I don't see them, I see me. And I go, hey. And then the animals usually go, what the fuck? What are you? I'm like, you're me. And the field mouse was like, it did like a double out the bush thing and then ran out the bush like halfway up to me. They're like, oh, what? And then ran back into the bush. So you must do that. You literally look into its eyes as if you're looking... The light that shines in its eyes is the light that shines in your eyes. You're the same eternity. And the mongoose as well was sweet. The mongoose ran across the path and then also darted back out of the bush and then looked back at me and then ran down the path some more. It was on the trail of a snake, obviously. So I'm all like, when I see a mongoose, I'm like, you know, usually there's a snake, ahead of the mongoose. The mongoose will pick up on a snake's scent, and fucking mongoose is on a mission over trees, through bushes. I ain't afraid of no snake. Cool, logging off now. Absolute divine namaste to all of you. Mind-boggling. The poor mouse is having an existential crisis right now. Yeah. And then obviously, my thing was, after the experience I created for it, God, the absolute creates for me afterwards, where it basically told me about, because the field mouse had stripes on its back. You can actually look up field mouse, the one with the stripes on its back. And then reality was expressing to me the idea of parallels in the field. Get it? A field of energy? I'm a field mouse. In other words, I am a parallel to the field. Hear the birds. So this is the kind of thing I experience. I'll go for a walk, I'll have an experience thingy, then nature will reveal higher truths and say, listen, you just interacted with your own field of energy. And so, in other words, the mouse, his soul then goes and blows my mind, basically, because it's still God inside that mouse. It's still the same big thing that then shares with me what I shared with it. Crazy, yeah? Life's actually a computer game, a metaphysical computer game. And the goal of the game is to mine light. Which is, it's energy, it's knowledge, it's all of the above. It's actually 12 streams of consciousness, light, in this particular plane that we experience it. Once that's transcended, there's 3 more planes, and then you transcend the time matrix, which is an oscillating thing that immaculately makes the now. Same as the wings, I guess. Now, the wings are a protection against that oscillation, that recreation. You are being recreated with your thoughts. Once you find that balance, the creation doesn't wipe your memory perpetually. You get your God memory back, and Maya backs the fuck up. I'm talking the illusion, Sierra. The illusion Maya it basically no longer overwhelms you into forgetting. It means you get the best gift. You got the greatest gift in creation, and then you get to give it to yourself in the form of whatever you encounter. Bless everybody. I'm going to go now. God bless everything. Triple blessings for everything.